Welcome to Unlicensed Opinion, where I, Jack, a girl with zero credentials, gives advice. You bring the chaos, I bring the opinions, and together we pretend it's healthy coping. Okay, welcome back to...
Pleasure to be here.
For those of you who don't know her, if you didn't see your last episode, this is one of my best friends, Tiffany.
Hello.
Give the new people watching a little background.
My name is Tiffany. I'm 25 years old, currently in grad school, getting my doctorate in occupational therapy. I'm a middle child, so
that's all you need to know.
That comes with its up and downs, but yeah, I'm the wild one.
Today, I have a few more stories for you. Some of the names that we're going to be talking about, I chose stories that I think that you would be able to put yourself in these people's shoes. Not that they've happened to you, not that you've dealt with this before, but things along the lines of like best friends or brothers or significant others, all of which you have had or have, right?
Yep.
So, okay, the story names are, they say to never live with your best friend.
Facts.
Why didn't my boyfriend tell me about her?
He didn't.
I kissed my best friend and now I don't know what to do.
Not kiss everybody.
And then I have a little extra story surprise that you'll be able to choose from later.
Wonderful.
All right, let's get started. Let's get into it.
Woo.
The title of the story is, They Say to Never Live with Your Best Friend.
Okay.
I already agree. All right. I've been living with my childhood best friend Emma since we started college. At first, it was honestly amazing. We've known each other since we were little, so sharing an apartment felt like a natural extension of our friendship. We used to have so much fun, cooking dinners together, binge-watching shows, and staying up late talking about everything and nothing. The apartment was messy sometimes, but we'd usually clean up after ourselves and keep things comfortable for both of us. I already see where this is going.
Yep.
But slowly, things started to change. It began with the little things. Emma would leave dishes in the sink for days, even after we'd cooked together. I'd find empty snack bags scattered on the counter, and the trash would overflow because she wouldn't take it out. I tried to bring it up gently a couple of times, but she'd brush it off or say she was too busy with classes or stressed out. The longer this went on, the more I felt like I was living with a stranger who didn't care about keeping the place nice. That would be really frustrating,
Yep.
especially when you're both paying for it. On top of that, she started dating this guy, Matt. At first, I was happy for her. I wanted her to have someone she cared about. But as soon as they started spending a lot of time together, she pretty much shut me out. They would lock themselves in her room for hours, watching movies or cooking together, but the problem was they never cleaned up afterward. I'd come into the kitchen to find pots and pans piled high in the sink, crumbs everywhere, and even spills on the floor that were never wiped up. It felt like I was doing all the cleaning or living in a messy, neglected apartment. What hurt the most was how Matt acted around me. Even though he stayed at our place all the time, he never made any effort to get to know me.
Nope.
He wouldn't join our group chats or hang out when I was around. When the three of us were in the living room, he'd often just scroll on his phone or watch TV silently, like I wasn't even there. It made me feel invisible, like I was just some extra piece of furniture in my own home. Now, with the spring semester coming up, we still have months left to live together. And to make things even more complicated, Emma and Matt are talking about signing a lease for next year, meaning I might be stuck with this situation for even longer. I don't know if I want to live with her anymore. I'm worried about the tension it might cause and whether our friendship can survive all this. I don't know if I should talk to Emma about how I'm feeling. I'm scared it'll just cause an argument or make things even more awkward. At the same time, I don't want to keep living like this, feeling ignored and like I'm the only one putting in effort into our home and friendship. And what about Matt? Should I say something to him about how I feel or just accept that he's going to be around no matter what? I'm so torn. Should I start looking for a new place and gently let Emma know that I can't do this anymore? Or is this just a phase and I need to be more patient? Has anyone else had to deal with something like this? How do I balance trying to save our friendship with wanting a peaceful living situation? I really don't know what to do.
First of all, her excuse for not taking out the garbage or doing the dishes or whatever is because she's too busy with classes. But then she goes and gets a boyfriend, so it's like, were you really that busy?
Yeah,
then?
no, that's just a lazy roommate thing for sure.
Uh-huh.
I have had horror roommates in the past, messy roommates.
Yes, she has.
And it has, the houses, the apartments, they have blown up. Yeah. I've also had scenarios where I've lived with people whose like boyfriends didn't, like we wanted to get to know them and it just wasn't reciprocated, and it really does suck feeling like that in your own home. I already know my answer. I know my advice. I simple, short, and sweet would tell them that, hey, I don't think I want to live with you guys next year. Sometimes I feel really neglected and our living situation has changed since we've started living together. And I don't know if it's even worth bringing up, like, why. I think I would just be like, hey, I'm just, like, not comfortable. Especially, it sounds like they are going to, like, invite him to live with them. I would be like, that kind of makes me uncomfortable, especially if something... You could even use that as your excuse. Oh, I'm just not comfortable with, like, living with him, just, like, in case something happens. Like, I not that I'm thinking something will happen, but, like, in case that happens, like, I don't want to be there for, like, the blow up, because that would make for a really terrible, like, a bad scenario when living together.
Yeah. And for me, anyone that I date has to be friends with my friends. Like, I would want them to
I think that's a red flag
out.
for that guy.
Yeah. Like, if I have movie night, like, and he's coming, I don't want it to be, like, a clingy thing. Like, I want you to, like, hang out and talk to the whole group.
One of my friends' boyfriends in college, like, one of my roommates' boyfriends in college, he was awesome. If he was going to get coffee from Starbucks for his girlfriend, he would ask the rest of us what we would want. Yeah. But it's the effort of, like, asking. Or, like, if they were making, like, a big batch of pasta, like, hey, do you want to, like, and then they would also clean up after themselves. Right. So, in short, I think this one is really easy for me because I've lived through, I am her. In this story, I think that, honestly, I would just have the conversation of you're just not comfortable with that living situation for next year. And I don't know, it just sounds like if it's going to work out, it doesn't sound like they care to, like, make a change, and he doesn't sound like he cares to, like, make an effort to get to know you, and I think he's missing out.
And I don't know if it's college or not, but at that point she's kind of taking away from the experience, so it's like, just go out and make different friends.
It sounds like you guys aren't even, like, hanging out anymore, right. And, like, even if
that's like college core,
right? Even if they stay dating, and, like, let's say you live separately and they stay dating, it sounds like he'll be over all the time, and the way things are going now, they don't care to, like, hang out with you when they're together, and I think it's too risky to.
But a lot of the memories in college too come from, like, living together and hanging out and doing fun things, so it's like, at that point, if she's going to put all of her time and energy into that guy and not want to do stuff with you, like, just go make other friends.
I agree. I would have the conversation of, you're not living
and then go live with other people and have fun.
And if she can't understand that, then that's another reason why you probably shouldn't be living with her.
And you can make other friends and go live with them. And then if you text this girl to hang out, I think she would cancel to hang out with the boyfriend. Right. So,
but it also could, like, save the friendship, maybe? I don't know. But I've had some blowouts. Yeah. So I would try to avoid a blowout by saying we shouldn't live together. Yeah. Yeah, case closed. I think it's as simple as that.
It's just common human decency. Clean up after yourself.
Right, that would annoy me. All right, the next story I have for you is called Why Didn't My Boyfriend Tell Me About Her? So, my boyfriend and I were together in person for a good stretch before we both left to study abroad. Last month, I flew out to visit him, and while I was there, I noticed he kept texting this girl he met abroad. It wasn't just casually messaging either. She was messaging him constantly. And at one point, she even FaceTimed him completely out of nowhere. The weird part was, he had told me stories about all his friends over there, but he had never once mentioned her. I later found out that while he was traveling around different countries, she happened to be in the same places, and the two of them ended up spending nearly every day together. So, during my visit, my boyfriend and I were trying to have a serious conversation about our relationship, and in the middle of that, she kept calling and messaging him nonstop. He actually paused our conversation so he could talk to her, which made me feel, honestly, pretty sidelined. And now, I've just learned that before he comes home, he and the girl are going traveling together. Just the two of them.
What the hell?
He tried to reassure me by saying they'd be in separate beds, but that didn't do much to calm my nerves. It felt more like a technicality than actual reassurance.
Just because there's two beds doesn't mean she's staying in it.
True. I can't tell if I'm being insecure or if my feelings are valid. My boyfriend has always had a lot of female friends, and that's never been an issue by itself. But with her, it feels different. Almost like he intentionally didn't tell me about her. And when I finally met her, she wasn't exactly warm or welcoming toward me. Ew. Something about the whole vibe felt off. Maybe part of this is my own history too. My last relationship blew up because of girl best friends who crossed boundaries behind my back. So I know I'm sensitive to situations like this, but at the same time, I don't think I'm imagining the weirdness here. I told him that the situation makes me uncomfortable, and all he said was, "Oh, I'm so sorry, it's non refundable." Like, somehow that settles everything. It felt dismissive, like my feelings were an inconvenience rather than something he cared about addressing. So now I'm stuck wondering, what am I supposed to do? Am I overreacting? Or is this girl a legit red flag? I honestly don't know if I'm being ridiculous for disliking her or if my instincts are trying to tell me something important.
Run, girl, run.
Okay, here's what I'll say. I have gone on trips with like my high school friends that are guys, like just me and them, like very platonic, nothing to worry about. I have been single during these times, but I think the fact that it sounds like made it a point to not tell her about this girl, that's the issue.
Yeah.
If it was like a girl that he knew from college that she knew too, honestly, that's a different story to me.
Well, and like the girl being like mean to her too,
Yeah,
like you're like jealous of
yeah.
the girlfriend.
Yeah, I think
like if you go out of your way to be mean to someone instead of making her feel reassured that like, yeah, we're going on this trip together, but like I would want the impression to be like, oh yeah, like that girl was so nice when I met her, like I think they would have fun.
Yeah.
Not like, oh, I did not like that girl and now I'm concerned.
I think the most concerning part to me is that he didn't tell her about this girl
prior. Yeah.
So I don't know, that just sounds like here's what I'll say. If you can't trust your boyfriend, you probably shouldn't be with him.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I think I'll just leave it at that. I think someone said this to me once. I think you know what you have to do. You're just not ready to do it yet.
Yeah.
So,
I would agree.
Honestly, I think if someone really cared about you, they wouldn't put your feelings and emotions like on the back burner.
Mm-hmm.
And that says a lot more about them than it does you. You are not the crazy one. Do not let them make you think
and like, why is
you're
it
the crazy one.
Just like him and her going on this trip?
Yeah, that's weird. If you're with a big group of people, sus, run.
Yeah.
Run, sister, run.
Yeah. That's not even a red flag at that point. I'm looking more at like a black flag here.
Yeah.
I would hate every second of that.
I would just enjoy the rest of your trip, and then at the end of the trip, see how it goes, and then have a conversation at the end of like, hey, I'm really uncomfortable with this, and the fact that you're not respecting like my feelings and opinions on this says a lot, and I don't know if I can go forward with you. I would honestly break up with him.
I would too. But I feel like, I don't know if she told the boyfriend too that the girl best friend was like mean to her either.
I think it matters. I think if he doesn't respect that you're uncomfortable with something,
yeah, I think
then, like, that's that.
Yeah,
it's the fact that he hid it, and if she tries to bring it up of like, why didn't you tell me, he's gonna pull the line of like, oh, I just forgot, there's so many people that I met, blah blah blah,
or I didn't think
don't
it was a big deal.
Excuses. He didn't tell you because he
Didn't
knew he was doing
know.
something wrong,
as they all do,
right?
But and if someone was like rude to my significant other, I would be like, oh, I don't like you.
Yeah, I would not stand for someone being rude to my significant other.
So
no, thank you. Move on, girl. Sorry. Enjoy the rest of your trip, and then
go on a trip with another boy.
Yeah, find
wherever this
country is. Find some like European man there, and enjoy
yeah.
Good luck. Try not to cry on the plane ride home, but I don't think it's worth wasting your time and energy on people that don't care about how you feel about things.
Yep.
Run. Our story is called I Kissed My Best Friend and Now I Don't Know What to Do. I feel like this is probably relatable for a lot of people, just based on the title. Let's get into it. For context, I'm 21 male and she's 20 female, and we've been best friends for about 8 or 9 years.
Okay.
Throughout that time, I've stayed close with her through all different kinds of friend groups she's been a part of. For simplicity, I'll call her Ashley. All through high school, I watched Ashley date several of my friends and a few other guys too. Sometimes for long stretches, and it was never weird between us. Our friendship was always purely platonic. She saw me go through my own relationships too, and we always stayed close. About 4 years ago, after I broke up with my first girlfriend, things shifted a bit. Ashley and I had a very drunk, very high night that led to us kissing, and she ended up staying over. It didn't just happen once either. It happened a few times in a row before we both agreed to stop things before they went too far. I live in a small town and word travels fast, especially right after high school. So when people found out, including my ex, it caused way more drama than either of us wanted. Eventually, I got into a new relationship, and Ashley did too. We didn't bring up what happened again, and we went back to being friends, though not as close as before due to our relationships. My new girlfriend knew about what had happened between me and Ashley. I'm always honest about female friends, and she trusted me, so it never caused issues. But here's where things got strange. My girlfriend and Ashley ended up becoming extremely close. They joined a friendship group with some of my friends' girlfriends, went on trips together, hung out all the time. Honestly, during the 3 years I dated this girl, Ashley was probably closer to her than she was to me.
Oh, God.
Fast forward to now. I broke up with that girlfriend nearly a year ago. Life went back to normal, but Ashley and I slowly started talking more again and hanging out more often. At first, it was just friendly with a slightly flirtatious edge, but people noticed and weren't thrilled about it, especially Ashley's friends. And I get why. I had just ended things with someone they were good friends with, and suddenly Ashley was spending a lot of time with me. Even though we were friends first, the optics were messy. Then one night, the drunk kiss happened again. We both instantly felt awful and cut things off before it went further. Afterward, we were left sitting with this heavy feeling, like we'd betrayed my ex, on top of the fact that if anyone found out, it would cause absolute chaos in our friend group. Ashley would almost certainly lose her friends over it, and honestly, I understand why. But I can't stop thinking. Every time we've been single, something happens between us. Even when we're just friends, people see us together and assume we're dating. I've known Ashley forever. I know her inside and out, and somehow over the years, we've built this real, undeniable attraction. The way we look at each other now, the way it feels when we're together, it's intense. And in my head, we would realistically make an amazing couple. But I don't know if that's something we can actually pursue. So that's where I'm stuck. Ashley told me she wants to have a serious talk about everything, but I have no idea what to say. Whether I should fully admit how I feel or tell her we can't let this go any further. I'm just not sure how to handle it.
I feel like they both like each other and just won't admit it.
Yeah, I think it's just like weird because of the like whole friend group scenario.
Mm-hmm. But I feel like if you keep getting pulled and drawn in together, it's like you're not just friends.
Yeah. I think also like
I think they have to explore it.
Yeah, I think you owe it to yourself.
Because at that point, they're just playing like
and like
tug of war.
There's always gonna be like, what if?
Yeah.
What if?
But now it's like she's friends with the ex, so now it's like you're kind of backstabbing a friend.
Yeah, and I think the friend group thing makes it more difficult, but it's that's tough. I don't know. I think everyone owes it to themselves to be able to explore how they feel.
Mm-hmm.
The friend group thing definitely makes it a little bit more, who knows what this girl's gonna say in this conversation also. So like if I were going into it with a guy, I would let the girl speak first, and she might be like, this can never happen again.
Mm-hmm.
Or who knows, she might be like, hey, like, Loki, I have feelings for you. And if that's the case, I would definitely say that like it's worth exploring,
Mm-hmm.
Like I think he should share his opinions or his feelings no matter what.
Yeah.
Even if she doesn't feel the same way, because then he'll always wonder what if.
Well, and I feel like it keeps happening for a reason. Like drunk or not,
right.
You guys keep...
Hey, drunk, what is it? Drunk actions are sober thoughts.
Yeah.
So I would say how you feel about her to her, and it sounds like even if you did, things wouldn't even get that weird if like she disagreed, because it's like, I mean, you guys have like kissed and like done stuff before, so like, and it was fine. Mm-hmm. So I think it's worth exploring it. Keep it private at first. I would keep it private at first, because what if you go on like, if she agrees that it's worth exploring and they go on like 2 dates and then they're like, never mind, then it's not even worth sharing with the rest of the group.
Yeah.
But if it's like, hey, no, I actually like am really happy with you, then
right.
If those people don't understand, that's their problem. It's not yours.
Well, and it said that like people always think that they're like dating when they hang out and stuff. So it's like you guys have already been hooking up or whatever.
Right.
So it's not like if you started dating, anyone would be surprised.
Right. I think it's worth it. I would tell her how you feel.
Yeah.
And then if she doesn't feel the same way, I'm so sorry. And if she does feel the same way, I would explore it. I would keep it low key at first though, to just like get a feel for it. And then if things are going smoothly, then it's worth having the conversation. And if your friends don't respect that, then maybe they're not your friends.
Yep.
T. Good luck.
Good luck.
Okay, you now get a choice between two stories, okay? Okay, the first story is my best friend's boyfriend might ruin Christmas, or is this normal, or am I overthinking how my sister's boyfriend acts?
I feel like since Christmas is coming up, I would say Christmas.
The Christmas one. Okay, title of the story. My best friend's boyfriend might ruin Christmas. I swear, I didn't sign up for this, but for the past week, my best friend's boyfriend, Tyler, has basically turned me into his personal Christmas consultant. He keeps texting me, asking for my honest opinion on gift ideas for my best friend, Emily. And honestly, they're bad, like really bad. He'll send something like this. What about this necklace? It's super sparkly. Except it's one of those giant, chunky rhinestone pieces she would never wear. Emily likes small, simple gold pieces. She has literally said oversized jewelry makes her feel like she's wearing costume pieces. Then 5 minutes later, these sweaters are cute, right? They're those suspiciously cheap ones from random online sites, the kind that look adorable in the photos but would disintegrate after one wash. Meanwhile, Emily is picky about fabrics because she has sensitive skin. She only buys well-made staples. Fair enough. Then, she'd like this bag, right? I swear she's mentioned something like this. It's almost identical to the one she bought for herself 3 months ago. No. Same color, same shape, same vibe. Honestly, I think he saw it in her room and forgot it was hers. Or, I found these mugs. Should I get her these? They're cute, I'll admit that. But she already owns a full cabinet of nearly the exact same ones. She even told him last month she needs less clutter, not more. And the strangest one so far. Do you think she'll want another diffuser? She loves the one she bought last year. Yes, because she already has one. One she adores. One she uses daily. One she absolutely does not need a duplicate of. Every time he sends an idea, he follows it with, be honest, I want your real opinion. But when I try to gently guide him toward things she'd actually love, like a spa day she mentioned, or the author she's obsessed with, or the local art class she said she wanted to try, he brushes it off with, no, I want something more impressive or expensive. And now I'm sitting here watching the train wreck approach in slow motion. If I tell him the truth, that he's picking gifts she would hate or already owns, he might take it personally or think I'm criticizing him. If I don't say anything, Emily is going to unwrap a pile of mismatched, low quality, totally not her Christmas gifts and try to pretend she's ecstatic. I love her. I don't want that for her, but I also don't want to overstep. So now I'm stuck in this weird in-between place where he's asking for my input but doesn't actually want it. And I don't know if I should keep trying to redirect him, be blunt, or just throw my hands up and let this play out on Christmas morning. If you were me, what would you do? Should I be honest with him or stay out of it entirely?
I would be honest.
I think I would too. But you would have to be like really gentle.
But I would just like lie and be like, oh, like when I asked her what she wanted for Christmas, like these were some ideas that she gave me.
Yeah, I would honestly kind of go like the same route of be like, oh, I know she mentioned like this, this, and this. There's some ideas for you. Or if he's still like sending, like, for example, if he sends another chunky necklace, my response would be like, well, I know she likes like really dainty gold jewelry, so I think jewelry is a good idea, but I would look more this style. Like, let him know that like the idea is good, but we need to get more in the realm. Or the purse. A purse is a great idea, but oh, I know she has one similar to that, but I know she doesn't have a black one. Or like she, you know, like Calvin Klein has really good brand, or Coach has really good brand, like purses.
Just send an alternative.
Like, like it's a good idea, but like, oh, you know, and then eventually I think he'll like hopefully get the point of like, I won't get this gift for her. Like I'll get, like, I think he would really appreciate the help. I think that's why he's going to you in the first place. I would not be like, your Christmas gift ideas suck.
Yeah.
I would just be like, good idea, but I think something like this in that realm is more her vibe.
And he was like, he wanted it to be more expensive or whatever, but I feel like girls
the thought that matters.
Don't care.
Yeah. You have to let him know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. I would be really nice about it.
Yeah, I would just be like, all these are good ideas, but...
Yeah.
And then, like, send your tweaks.
Yes. Yeah. I agree. I think it's as simple as that.
Maybe
Hopefully.
send him a couple links.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Be
Send
like,
links.
oh, I know she talked about this like last year and she still had never gotten it. Like even if you're giving him ideas and like kind of like prefacing like, oh, like she told me this a while ago. I don't know if she ever told you this, but then like kind of act like you're giving him the inside scoop, even if you're like literally talking to your best friend about it on the side. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I feel like I've gotten some like rough Christmas gifts.
Yeah, you have.
Before and but like I do know it's a thought that counts and that's what matters. But at the same time, like,
he tried.
Yes, so like low key.
And he seeked out opinion.
True. I've had boyfriends seek out opinions before, and I've had friends try to help them and they like didn't listen, and like it's fine.
But like you don't want the guy to end up spending his money on something that she's not gonna like and or use. So if you're asking for advice, take the advice.
Yes.
And make the critiques.
Yeah, I would say give your advice. Like, don't just send him a text that's like, your ideas aren't good. But anything he sends, give your advice. And if he wants to take it, he can. If he doesn't want to, he doesn't have to. And then you and your friend could, like, laugh about it after if he doesn't take it. There is, like, you know, the possibility of, like, in the future, like, you guys can bring up. Or, like, if it's, like, an issue, then, like, you can bring up of like, oh, like, let's make Christmas list ideas this year, you know? And then, like, you can kind of, like, direct them.
Yeah. Or you can make it a fun date night. Like, make a little PowerPoint on things that you want.
That's actually a really good idea. That would be really fun.
Thank you. I don't have a boyfriend, guys, but look at me with the dating ideas.
That's a good idea. I like that. So, yeah, I would just, like, tell him very softly.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I think that's it, right?
Yep. Happy shopping.
Yeah. Good luck. All right, well, thank you so much for coming.
It was so much fun.
I love having you. It's so much fun. I love having my friends on. It's the best.
I'll be back again.
You know, yes, you will. For you guys, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. There will be a link down below to submit any stories. And just remember that we are not licensed, but we are opinionated.
Yes, we are.
All right, see you guys.
Bye.